This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. First tonight, the Sarasota County School District using technology to connect with students, parents, and faculty earlier this evening. For the second time in months, the school district hosted a digital town hall. ABC7's Rick Adams has more from the district's headquarters in Sarasota.
Well, this is a way for the school district to connect with folks all from the comfort of their homes. A lot of very important topics were discussed. The wave of the future for the Sarasota County School District is now here. Instead of having folks come to the school board building, the district brought the information to them through a digital town hall meeting Wednesday night, which was broadcast live on their website, Facebook Live, and the educational channel.
It allows our viewers to interact in the medium that they're most comfortable with or is most convenient for them.
Officials from the school district did field many questions from the viewers during the hour-long town hall. School board chair Bridget Ziegler is thrilled that the school district is doing something like this.
We're always trying to expand and think of different ways to engage the community and make sure we consistently have two-way communication. That's a great way to strengthen our district.
Half of this digital town hall focused on school safety and security, while the other half was dedicated to topics such as teacher negotiations and academics. School safety has made its way into the spotlight in recent months when a student was arrested for bringing a gun to school. Officials say this forum helps get the word out, especially on this issue.
And anytime we have the opportunity to communicate with the community, particularly the parents groups, but the broader community as well, they are a part of our system of safety security. And so the more interaction we have with them, the more opportunity we have to keep our district safe.
And the Sarasota County School District says they are planning on hosting more of these digital town halls. The next one is scheduled to take place this coming March. Reporting from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Rick. A former Sarasota orthopedist and anesthesiologist receiving their sentences today from a U.S. district judge. After an undercover investigation back in 2015, the DEA raided the Gulf Shore Pain and Wellness Center, arresting Dr. Fred Joseph Turner and his office manager, Rosetta Valerie Canada. The two are sentenced to 12 years and 7 months in federal prison for conspiring to dispense and dispensing controlled substances, as well as conspiring to smuggle an alien into the United States. A Manatee County Sheriff's deputy receiving an award from Governor Rick Scott today. Deputy Willie Finkley was awarded the Governor's Medal of Heroism at the Florida Cabinet meeting in Tallahassee. Back in August, Deputy Finkley was off duty on a motorcycle ride with his wife when he saw smoke coming from a car on the side of Moccasin Wallow Road. He stopped and found the passengers trapped inside. Deputy Finkley had his wife call 911, and after he was unable to open the doors, he used his pistol to shoot a hole in the left rear window. He climbed inside and removed the female passenger, but the driver was able to climb out of the vehicle. Shortly after they escaped, the car caught fire, and thanks to Deputy Finkley, the couple was not injured. Punta Gorda is seeing a significant economic impact from the 36th annual Florida International Air Show. The event was held back in October at the Punta Gorda Airport, and research suggests that the three-day event generated an estimated $4.2 million, benefiting Charlotte County, businesses, and citizens in that area. Of the 35,000 attendees, a quarter were Charlotte County residents, 63% were day trippers, and 10% were overnight visitors. The Florida International Air Show is a highly anticipated event for both visitors and locals. Attendees get the chance to see spectacular aerial shows where aircrafts of all kinds perform in honor of our veterans. Well, if you're looking for somewhere fun to take your kids, the city of Venice has just finished building a new train-themed playground at Legacy Park. The shaded playground features a climbing wall, cornhole equipment, and swings. Funding for the play area came from Venice Service District Park impact fees and the Florida Recreation Development Assistance Grant Program. Legacy Park is located on East Venice Avenue. Well, let's get a check of your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Jacqueline, a beautiful day today. Another warm one, too. All week long, we've had temperatures in the 80s for highs, and one more day tomorrow, looks like, too. Look at this. So this is a current fog condition graphic. Now, not everyone's getting the fog, but there's this low cloud deck around, and it is reaching the surface in some areas, limiting the visibilities right now up and down the coast. You can see, at least at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, the visibility down to a quarter of a mile there. Quarter of a mile in the Punta Gorda Airport, and as things get a little bit more intense, I think the advisories will come out from the National Weather Service. Right now, as I checked, there were no advisories in place at this point, so we'll see how that plays out again as we move through time. Now, as far as our tower cam goes, there's not much fog out there, in fact, at the surface, but we haven't had a lot of fog around the downtown area at this point, and we don't expect to see that much near the coast, although we could see a sea fog rolling on in. We'll have much more in our weather forecast. Let you know about this big cold snap headed our way. We'll be a little bit delayed now. Looks like the colder air getting here on Saturday as opposed to Friday. More on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. Florida's state-created property insurer that serves more than 450,000 customers is raising its insurance rates. Today, the State Office of Insurance Regulation announced citizen property insurance rates for 2018 after delaying a decision because of Hurricane Irma. Because of that delay, the rates will not take effect until next May. The rate increases are roughly the same as citizens requested before Irma hit. The increases range from 0.9% to 10.1% depending on the type of policy, though homeowners with multiple coverages will see a 6.6% average increase next year. Commercial property coverage will increase an average of 8.1% as well. In an effort to stop younger drivers from texting while driving, new legislation is now being considered by Florida lawmakers. Texting behind the wheel would become a primary traffic offense under legislation backed by House Speaker Richard Corcoran. The legislation unveiled this morning would allow law enforcement officers to pull over drivers if they see them texting. Currently, texting while driving is only a secondary offense, meaning officers can only charge drivers with texting violations during traffic stops for other offenses such as speeding.
We're seeing that it's becoming a really epidemic problem with the under 30 set specifically. You can't drive down the roads now without looking around and seeing somebody who's texting and driving, and so this is huge for the state of Florida in protecting our citizens.
Under the bill, first-time violators would face a $30 fine plus court costs for a non-moving violation. Today, the U.S. House of Representatives voting in favor of making concealed carry permits valid across state lines. The Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act of 2017 allows a qualified person to carry a concealed weapon in states that allow it. Florida Commissioner of Agriculture Adam Putnam says it's a historic day for law-abiding gun owners and an affirmation that our constitutional rights to bear and keep arms does not end when we leave our home state. Florida currently operates the nation's largest concealed weapon licensing program with more than 1.8 million active licenses and has reciprocity agreements with 38 other states. The mayor of Davenport in Polk County is under arrest on allegations that she used dead people's disabled parking permits to park at City Hall. Mayor Darlene Bradley faces felony charges of using a deceased person's identification. She's also charged with possessing an altered or counterfeit decal. The sheriff's office says Bradley was videotaped parking in the disabled spot recently, and a search of her home later led to the discovery of permits issued to 2 people who have passed away. The mayor was booked in the Polk County Jail and later released. Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, thousands of people in California forced to flee their homes after a new wildfire emerged. What fire crews are doing to try and stop the blaze. And a look at what that smoke looks like all the way from up in space.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind Your Meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Naomi, my California closet designer, has been my partner in crime. She was genuinely fun to work with. We have had a ball collaborating on the 8 units that we have done in our home. The closets in the house are great, but the den is what everyone comments on when they walk in the house. And it's so beautiful. They say, whoa, who did that? And I said, it's California Closets. My name is Melissa, and this is my California Closet story.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
Bob, I think you mentioned a few changes in that cold front that you were talking about?
Yeah, a lot of changes, big changes too, and it looks as though we're going to be in a pattern of cold air. Now, I was at Publix earlier, and the ladies at the deli were having kind of a debate between whether they liked it or they didn't like the cold weather, and I believe Donna liked the warm weather, and Gwen didn't, so there's some controversy there.
I think a lot of people are feeling the same way.
I put a little poll up on my Facebook page if you want to answer that too. Do you like it in the 80s or do you like it in the 60s, right? I mean, after a long, hot winter, I mean, summer, we could appreciate some cooler temperatures around. Tower cam not showing any problems as far as that goes. We don't have any fog here in downtown Sarasota, but indications are that the fog may be around, and it looks as though we could see that rather thicken up a bit tomorrow. So, again, here's the Van Wezel webcam showing you a nice night tonight and a nice sunset once again, as it has been all week long, with beautiful clear skies out there and a gorgeous shot, as you see. Right there at the end, nice pinks in the sky. And as far as the photos, well, this one coming in near the Van Wezel. Margie Kraft sending this one in. Nice framing there with the palm tree and the sun just getting ready to go below the horizon. Lots of rain to the north of us, and it looks like Atlanta could get up to an inch of snowfall on Friday. Mainly looks like Friday night. This is a frontal boundary. It's rather stationary right now. It will eventually get a push down to the south and be in our area on Saturday. The best chances for rain will be late Friday into early Saturday morning, and then things should clear out and turn much cooler. We're talking temperatures to be much cooler on Saturday and on into Monday of next week. It's 69 right now with the temperature and dew point all the same. That makes the humidity at 100%. And winds are calm, the pressure 30.06 inches, and that's been holding steady, but it's a little lower than it has been, and it looks as though it will get out of here as far as that high pressure goes and allow that storm system to enter into the picture on Friday. The high today was 80 degrees, 6 degrees shy of the record set back in 1994. This morning's low was 61. That too running high, no rainfall, and it's been dry so far for the month of December, and it looks as though that will be changing too. We could see some areas get up to an inch of rainfall, I think. Before it's all said and done. Temperatures right now, low 70s. Everything's pretty uniform. Waterleaf and Parrish now 69 degrees, 68 Laurel Oak, and the Meadows at 69 degrees. Northport, you're at 70, the same as Venice and Inglewood. Port Charlotte now at 69 degrees. Well, Futurecast is showing that this rain kind of just stays right along that frontal boundary. A little piece of energy will move along it and move down from the north and eventually kick this front our way. But we're expecting snowfall and kind of a rain-snow mix in West Texas tomorrow. And you'll see that kind of spread off toward the northeast in time on Friday. And there it is over the panhandle of Florida and into central portions of Georgia. There's still some uncertainty exactly how much you're going to get. But then look at this. It really sets up for a Friday evening, a late evening, and into the early morning hours on Saturday rain event. Some of that rain could be heavy at times, depending upon where it sets up. Now, this is one forecast model showing and suggesting that we could get a lot of rainfall where that front has been sitting. And then we'll make the break and see some heavier showers moving here on into late Friday and into early Saturday morning. This is through Saturday. An earlier run showed the heavier rainfall here, and now it's shifted down to the south. So although this is depicting rainfall amounts up to 4 inches, I doubt that, but I think we'll see it definitely inches, maybe an inch and a half in some isolated areas with this whole system. So some much needed rain on the way. Some lake effect snows occurring now into western portions of New York near Buffalo, and had a little bit of snow shower activity there, stretching up toward Watertown and places to the west into Michigan, Sault Ste. Marie, as well as into Traverse City, getting some snow. Look at these temperatures now: 10 in Minot, 18 in Minneapolis, 28 in Chicago, and then you factor in the wind chill. It feels like 5 in Minneapolis, 16 in Chicago, and Kansas City, which had 60-degree temperatures last week, now feels like about 16 degrees. And as I mentioned, this is a trend that's going to be continuing for the next 10 days. This is a 10-day forecast, and it will get even colder, I think, late next week. We're talking highs maybe only in the upper 50s next week, like late next week. Morning fog possible. Southeast winds turn to the south at 10 knots, and we'll have seas running 1 to 2 feet with a light chop out there. Tides on your screen. The next high tide will be at 128 and a low tide at 10:18. The forecast tonight: partly cloudy, some fog, 66 for a low. And then tomorrow, look for the fog in the morning, partly cloudy, high near 80 degrees. So another warm day tomorrow. And then still warm on Friday, showers moving in on Friday afternoon, Friday night, and Saturday morning, clearing and turning cooler. And then we get even colder mid to late week next week. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you so much, Bob. 4 major fires are burning in Southern California, and tens of thousands of people are being forced to evacuate their homes, while more than 83,000 acres have been burned. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has the latest.
Those raging flames threatening commuters along the busy 405 freeway.
Wow, look at this.
And charring multi-million-dollar homes in LA's elite Bel Air neighborhood.
This is really frightening. There are a lot of homes here.
Just one of 4 major fires burning out of control in Southern California.
Of course I'm worried. That's why I'm putting everything in.
Nearly 200,000 people ordered to evacuate in Los Angeles and Ventura counties, including at this nursing home. The number expected to climb as the flames spread. More than 80,000 acres scorched so far, fueled by strong Santa Ana winds expected to intensify overnight.
The wind is expected to kick up in some places to 70 miles an hour. That's hurricane force winds.
Neighbors pitching in to save each other's homes and pets. This horse rescued from a ranch where more than 24 others died.
When they pulled him out, his stable was on fire.
An emotional, exhausting few days for residents.
Are you just hot?
Yeah, it's hot.
And firefighters. Firefighters here are again preparing for another long, tough night ahead, and those strong winds aren't expected to let up before the end of the week. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles County, California.
And those thick blankets of smoke from the wildfires are even visible from outer space. This photo was captured by NASA's Terra satellite, showing large plumes of smoke streaming into the Pacific Ocean. You can also see smaller smoke plumes from the Creek and Rye fires in the nearby area. President Trump has formally announced Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and committed to ultimately moving the U.S. embassy there. It's a controversial decision generating anger and concern from people who believe it should have been negotiated through peace talks. Karen Cava has the details on the president's remarks today and how quickly the U.S. will relocate their embassy in Israel.
President Trump recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and signaling the beginning of moving the U.S. embassy there from Tel Aviv.
This is nothing more or less than a recognition of reality. It is also the right thing to do.
Since Congress passed a law to move the embassy in 1995, Presidents Clinton, Bush, and Obama all signed waivers every 6 months to halt the move in the name of national security interests and the peace process. Trump wants to take a different path.
I've judged this course of action to be in the best interests of the United States of America and the pursuit of peace between Israel and the Palestinians. This is a long overdue step to advance the peace process.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also called it an important step, but Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas accused the U.S. of abdicating the peace process and also said Jerusalem is the eternal capital of the state of Palestine.
The decision of President Trump this evening will not change the reality of Jerusalem, and it will not give it any legitimacy to Israel in this respect.
Among European allies, French President Emmanuel Macron said the U.S. decision contravenes international law. UK Prime Minister Theresa May called it unhelpful. The announcement sparked protests outside the U.S. consulate in Istanbul, and in Amman, Jordan, the U.S. embassy said personnel would be limiting their movements. The process of moving the U.S. embassy could take years. Meanwhile, President Trump also said Vice President Pence will visit the region soon. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Sports is next, but first here's Neil Patrick Harris in for Jimmy
I'm
Kimmel.
Neil Patrick Harris in for Jimmy Kimmel, and I did pretty well.
The last bird-eating spider with a tarantula.
Bird-eating spider?
Yeah, hold that, yeah.
What is this going to accomplish?
Okay, here we go.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
What if you had a medical emergency away from home?
My chest hurts. I can't breathe.
What you need is Mobile Help, America's premier mobile medical alert system. Most systems only work at home, but with Mobile Help, you get help outside the home with coverage nationwide on one of the largest cellular networks at the press of a button. Call the number on your screen for a free full-color brochure. We'll send you everything you need, including this base station, the patented mobile device, and the waterproof pendant and wrist button. You can also add the fall button that automatically detects falls and signals help. Call today and receive a risk-free 30-day trial. There is no equipment to buy and no long-term contract. For a limited time, you will also receive a free emergency key box with your plan purchase. Remember, Mobile Help keeps you safe coast to coast.
Call 1-800-916-8638. That's 1-800-916-8638.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. The IRS is cracking down on those who owe back taxes. They send out devastating letters, garnish paychecks, and even put liens on your home or business. You may have heard of it. It's called enforced compliance. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms and can negotiate a tax settlement with the IRS. It's that simple. And if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars, finally ending your financial stress. Now is the time for a fresh start. Now is the time to call Tax 10,000. 800-699-3188. That's 800-699-3188. Call now.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Now, sports.
Florida State introducing the university's new football coach, Manatee County native Willie Taggart, speaking to supporters and Seminole players this morning. Taggart agreeing to a 6-year contract that will pay him $30 million. Florida State will also pay the $1.3 million Taggart still owes USF and the $3 million owed to Oregon as part of buyouts of his previous contracts. The 41-year-old Palmetto native coached at South Florida for four seasons before going to Oregon. He calls coaching the Noles his dream job.
All the things that I would like to accomplish in this business, you don't always get the perfect fit, the right things that you want. But for me to be back home, to be around my family, to have an opportunity to win a national championship, it don't get any better than that. And like I say, I'm so excited to be here.
Taggart also played football at Manatee High School back in the early 90s. A former coach who still works at the school says he witnessed Taggart's athletic abilities firsthand, and he knew from then on he was destined for greatness.
You know, you knew when he was in the huddle, he was very confident, and the players that played around him, I think they played better because of him. But his leadership skills, he didn't say a whole lot, but just because of his example in the huddle, it would just speak volumes for him.
Taggart aspires to become the first African-American coach to win a national championship in college football. Well, a turning point in the investigation of soccer's governing body came with a wake-up call by the FBI to a Brazilian sports marketing executive named Jose Hawilla. After learning he was a target of the probe, Hawilla eventually decided to cooperate in the FIFA investigation by wearing a wire. Prosecutors have used hours of that secretly recorded audio evidence to charge dozens of soccer officials and marketing executives. They're accused of using bribery, fraud, and money laundering to corrupt the issuing of media and marketing rights for FIFA games in the Americas. The trial is in its 4th week in federal court in Brooklyn. That's a look at sports tonight. We'll have your winning lotto numbers when we come back.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $279 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
For 30 years, it's been an honor for the Michaels on Ice team to serve you.
We love that our restaurant, wine cellar, and ballroom have become your favorite gathering places, and we love catering your parties.
From everyday celebrations to life's greatest occasions, please join us soon for new culinary adventures. A toast to 30 years.
And to many more.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089, 800-329-3089.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, do we have a majority vote, whether we like it in the 60s or the 80s? Have we decided yet?
I know Gwen and Donna have their preferred the 60s and the 80s.
Right.
Now, I checked my my Facebook page right now, and it's the majority of them like the 60s.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, next week, we see the 60s coming up here, but following Wednesday of next week, we could see highs only in the upper 50s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that may be a little bit cold.
That'll be interesting. All right, thank you so much, Bob, and thank you all for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow evening.